last village meeting that they had told him to stop.
They told him, they didn't make him. Hey, hello, Mrs. Baraka. Have you come to buy something for Brian? I have some nice shirts that can fit him.
Brian doesn't like secondhand. Do you, Brian? Hey, why do these people always sing as if they are burying somebody?
Death is the only thing on their minds, and Bishop Washington has the ticket to paradise.
I am going to write a letter of complaint to the Ministry of Local Government that Mabuki has failed at his work. It is his responsibility as our newly elected councillor to stop this kind of nuisance. Brian, let's go.
Bishop Washington. Bishop Washington, I'm sure you have a copy of the agreement between your church and the council about the noise coming from the loudspeaker on top of your church.
Honorable, I did as instructed. The speakers are now not on the roof. They're on the window.
The idea was that we stop suffering from the noise coming from your church. Look, if you won't stop, we'll have to shut it down completely.
Amos, switch off the speakers.
I'm glad we've come to a quick understanding.
Now, Honorable, these children need guidance. Unfortunately, in this mortal world where we live in, they also need material goods. Now, here's a proposal I was intending to bring to your office today.
I have a meeting with the new chief this morning. We will discuss your proposals.
Thank you very much. And may the Lord bless you.
Mrs. Mulani, have you seen my trainers?
I put them next to the front door so that you don't forget them.
Thanks.
Very thoughtful.
Toby, here's money for your class trip to the museum. Don't lose it.
What about me?
What about you?
Don't I get anything?
Kara, take your brother to his room. Make sure that he has everything he needs for the day. Okay. What are you doing?
Getting the edge of the day.
Jonathan, you can't carry on like this.
What do you care?
That's not fair.
People make me sick. I had so much support on the ground. Of course, I'll vote for you, Mulani. Whatever you say, Mulani. And then they turn around and put the X in the box next to Mabuki's name.
I understand your disappointment, but that was a week ago. You need to put this thing behind you.
Is that right?
Margaret, don't worry. Men are like that. I shouldn't have told him. Now, he can never even be my friend. Like, if Matano behaved the way you said, then you don't need him. At least you told him the truth about your status. And you didn't expose him to the sickness. Now that I know him, I cannot wipe him out of my head. Come on. Eh? At least you have us, your friends. Come on, let's go back to work. Maspidi, could you put those 2 glasses in the book?
Mama Mboga, you already owe me too much.
Oh, stop posting those stupid glasses. I'm going to pay. Kwenda huko.
What about the bookshop?
What about it?
Maybe you should think about opening up again today.
What's the point? I've no stock to sell. I wasted all of it on those traitors who said they would vote for me.
It is not good for you to be hanging around the house all day.
Are you calling me idle?
All I'm saying is that you need to focus on repairing your business.
Oh, yes, we need to keep the money coming in, don't we? Bringing in those orphans, expecting me to pay for the upkeep of a stranger's children. They are eating us out of house and home. And their education is costing me a fortune as well. Paying for Toby's visit to some stupid exhibition. What a waste of time and money.
You're the expert on that.
What is that supposed to mean?
You were never going to win the election.
What did you say?
Mabuki had a strong following right from the beginning.
And I suppose you think the right man won?
That is not what I meant.
Oh, come on, let's hear it, Rose. Between me and him, who did you vote for?
Stop this.
Where do you think you are going?
I promise to walk the children to school.
You are not getting out of this house until I
You are
say...
drunk. Go back to bed and sleep it off. Happy now?
We're ready to leave when Mrs. Mulani is.
As far as I'm concerned, the sooner you all get out, the better.
Tungane mikono pamoja kazini. Kila siku tuwe na shukrani.
Good. That was better than the last time. Now, if you continue singing like this, even your food ratio will go up, okay?
Yes, Bishop Washington.
Now, put out all your clothes and beddings in the sun. If anyone comes asking where the others are, you tell them they stayed here washing clothes. What?
That our friends have stayed here washing clothes.
Good. Now, anyone who says anything different, kiboko, and no food. Now, come on, get on with it.
Hi, I brought the stuff around.
Hi, Nancy. What stuff?
For the health education information for the school.
Oh, you shouldn't have. I could have come for it myself.
It's no problem. Rose, is something wrong? Have you been crying?
No, it's... I have something in my eye.
Come on, Rose. I'm not that stupid to fall for that. I can tell you're upset. You don't have to hide that from me. I'm your friend.
I don't know why, but I feel so ashamed.
Oh, Rose. What happened?
At least I know that if you can't take cow's milk, you may find that your stomach tolerates goat's milk.
How do you know that?
Come on, Charles. Do I look like a city girl? I grew up on a farm.
You don't look it.
It's so funny. I also grew up in the village. All those birds, the hunting, climbing up the trees and eating jackfruit.
How much?
Oh, many. Us village boys really enjoyed life.
How much do we owe you? We want to go.
It's all right. Can you put it on the health center bill?
No, Charles. This was my treat. I will pay. How much?
120.
Hey, Dr. Charles. Do you have something for me?
Oh, yes. The check for the painting materials. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, pass by my office anytime.
Okay. See you later.
What's up for debate is whether the orphanage is the first place we should allocate money.
Don't you think it's all the cause?
Oh, very much so. However, it seems to me Pastor Washington is managing to fund the place perfectly without us. And there are other projects I'd like to see initiated.
Come in.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I didn't know where else to go.
Maspidi, you have come to check on your account.
No, I want you to listen to this. Oh, sunny day. Oh, some hay. Baby, float in the clouds. Maybe blot out the hounds. Reflect your ambience. Perfect the radiance. For on this hay, following love's guiding ray, shall we together lie, sharing forever love.
What is that?
You mean you don't recognize it?
Oh. What is it?
It's a love poem for small Sharon. What do you think? You see these two lines. Oh, sunny day. Oh, some hay. It means that on a sunny day we can find somewhere soft to relax. That is what it means. And then these other two, Baby float in the clouds, maybe blot out the hounds. It means that if she takes herself as high up as in the clouds, then she may be able to blot out these dogs. I mean the men who are following her. And then these are the two now.
Maspriti, I have understood it. It's rhyming very well. But you see, you sound more like a sex hunter, not a lover.
But these are good words.
Yes, but they sound different from what you want to say. See, just go and make a few changes. Straighten the meaning, and you will be home and dry.
Okay.
And to think you could have been sitting here alongside me as counselor.
It is a disgraceful way to treat you.
My only concern is about the children.
How much do you think they saw?
I'm not sure.
So, what now?
It depends on Mulani. If he meant what he said, then she'll have to look for somewhere else to live, at least for a while.
Perhaps he's calmed down by now. I am happy to act as an intermediary between you.
There is still the issue of assault against Rose.
Well, if she's not ready to act as a witness, Mr. Mulani will not have any case to answer.
You can't let him get away with it.
Hello, Mr. Mulani. This is the chief.
What do you want?
I have your wife here.
You can keep her.
She has made very serious allegations against you. She says you attacked her this morning.
And if she shows her face here, I'm going to do it again.
Well?
I think it's time my Askaris brought Mr. Mulani here for a little chat.
Take this letter. Take it to the saloon. This is something small for you.
You know, we would have been married for 20 years this February. Jonathan was always a bit hopeless, but he was never mean like this.
I should have known.
Mr. Mulani, your quarrel is not with Mabuki here, it is with me.
That's where you are wrong. It is with this woman here.
And what has she done to aggravate your temper in this manner?
She seems to consider you a better man than I, eh?
Today, I would agree with her. What are you thinking, raising your hand to a woman?
She's my wife!
Marriage is not about possession. It's about mutual respect.
Respect, huh? What would you know about that?
Mr. Mulani, I've asked you once and now I am telling you. Leave Mr. Mabuki out of this.
I should have known you would stand up for him. I wouldn't be surprised if you fixed the election so that you spend more time together.
I have heard enough.
He's drunk. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Your husband may not understand the extent of this offense, but I'm all too aware of it. Take him to the cells.
You can't do this to me.
I can and I will. You stay there until you sober up.
Don't push me!
Towards the health center. Dr. Charles. Dr. Charles.
I told you he'd write something. Maybe you read.
Oh, sunny day. Oh, what a day. Baby float in the clouds. Maybe blot out the hound. What's this? Reflect your radiance, reject your... This is just a fool.
You read.
For on this day, following loves, I can't go on. This is stupidity. It's love for primary school.
Maybe it is the true love. You know, I knew from the very first moment he looked at me that there was something. Do you think the boy is still around? I'll reply.
Did you see that? Did you see her holding it to her heart as if she's holding me? But Matano, if you really love someone, just tell them and let them sort themselves out.
If we can keep Kara and Toby in the village, they can continue with schooling. Can you help us?
Suffer the little children to come unto me. Those are the words of the Lord himself.
You are an asset to Makutano, Pastor Washington.
How providential you should mention the word asset. But man shall not live on bread alone. Those two are the words of the Lord.
How much money do you need?
Well, the International Ministry of Mercy receives all those in need. Unfortunately, the poor always outnumber the rich. I'll need to buy beds for Toby and Kara. Right now, there are no empty beds for them to occupy.
Kara is 16. She'll need a separate bathroom for girls.
Well, cleanliness is next to godliness, and the wash facilities were my first priority. But I guess she'll need somewhere to do her schoolwork too. I've not equipped the place with chairs and desks.
Let us make a list of everything you need, and I will give you the money.
Good.
Meanwhile, I'll take Rose to the health center to have her bruises checked out.
Don't worry. The Savior will watch over them for you.
Thank you.
Rose! Rose, wait! I need to talk to you.
Haven't you said enough today?
I just want to apologize. Rose, I'm so sorry.
You mean you are sorry you were found out?
I mean it. I should never have said those things to you.
At least we agree on something.
I will change. I promise. Stop drinking and get back to work.
Come on, you don't have to listen to this.
Rose! Rose! Please!
Francis.
Sir?
What?
Yes, sir, Bishop.
You are going to be in charge of these operations. Some people are bringing some more beds. I want you to put them in the empty dormitory as if there are some people sleeping in them.
Yes, sir, Bishop.
Good. Any question?
Please, can we have some lunch?
You are going to be fed when your work is done.
Sorry, sir, Bishop.
Come here. Now, because of the mistake of your friend here, there'll be no supper. Let's go.
Honestly, I'll be all right. I need to go and pack for Kara and Toby.
Just humor me and let the doctor look at you.
Well, if the bruising is severe, we'll give you some aspirin to stop the blood from clotting.
It's Jonathan who needs the aspirin this afternoon.
Assume there'll be worse consequences for him more than the hangover.
Whether or not the chief will prosecute will depend on Rose.
Miss Mlani, please come with me to the consultation room.
I'll wait and go over to the house with you.
I'd rather you spend the time making sure that Toby and Kara will be all right at Washington's orphanage.
So he didn't say exactly where he was going?
No, Bishop Washington just told us that when you bring the beds, you put them in the other dormitories as if there are other children sleeping in them. He smacked me and refused me to eat.
He beats you?
When we make mistakes, miss.
What mistake did she make?
She asked for food.
Is that a mistake?
He told us that we never make suggestions until we are asked for them. He told us to put our clothes outside as if there is other children.
So Washington hasn't changed after all. What's your name?
Kamau.
Kamau, please go get the chief and Mr. Mabuki. I think it's time they know the truth about Bishop Washington.
Go ahead. It's yours.
Packing my things in plastic bags.
Why don't you see what is inside? To replace the one that got damaged this morning. It was my fault. I'm so sorry.
So, we throw that away and pretend nothing happened?
There is no need to pin it to the wall. I don't need a reminder. Believe me.
That's what you say now. What happens the next time you feel like getting drunk and aggressive?
There won't be a next time. Can we try again, Rose? Please.
I don't know.
I want to make this family work. That's if you still do.
He told me there were 30 children and 5 staff members.
Chief, what has this man been doing with the money?
I don't know.
Mr. Washington, I think you have some explaining to do.
Before Toby and Kara are taken from me, I wish to apologize to all of you gathered here today for my behavior towards my wife and a few members of the community.
That was very bad, Mr. Mulani.
It would be to lie to myself if I claim otherwise. But it happened once. It is not in my character. I'm truly sorry.
We humbly request that we be allowed to bring up these 2 children, Toby and Kara.
They have become part of us.
Could I speak, please?
Go ahead, Kara.
My brothers Brian, Toby, and I love each other. And our foster parents have made our lives complete again. Mrs. Baraka, I know Brian just thinks of you as the best. Mr. and Mrs. Mulani, we're so grateful for accepting us into your home and making us feel part of your family.
Mrs. Baraka, thank you for offering to take on the 2 children. But I think things look fine now. Probably then you could consider taking on any of these 5 children from Bishop Washington's orphanage, which I closed down indefinitely due to some very serious irregularities.
I knew it. I knew this Washington could not take care of these children.
None of them is related to my Brian. Maybe to the Mulanis.
We would love to, but...
They can all come and stay with me. Yes, our women group can help with the upkeep. Yes. We have some money.
So who is your husband?
Eh? I don't need a husband to so love children.
The laws of the land don't allow single women to adopt boys.
Then girls then.
Or I could marry her, and we bring them up together as she wants.
What are you talking about?
That I want to be introduced to her family. That I want to be part of her life. That I want us to bring these children up together.
What?
I mean it. Marry me, Margaret.